Youths in Nigeria have been advised to shun illegal immigration to countries overseas, but to embrace the opportunities available in the country in order to avoid human trafficking, cultism, cybercrime, and drug abuse.
Education is more about content and context. I've talked about the context in the context of what we're in this country. Content-wise, what is the kind of curriculum that should be taught in our schools that when our children graduate, whether at primary or secondary or tertiary, that they become useful both to themselves and to the society. And so all over the world you see a shift in this dynamism. The shift is into what is called STEM.
We need to collaborate. What we are doing is part of it. We continue to advocate and tell our young people and get them busy, not just through education, through sports, through engagement in other things like other technical, train them in other things that they can use their hands, not necessarily education. Now, but we must continue to engage our young ones. Young school leavers should not just be left alone. They can't get admission into university for 3 years. They're just there. They should be engaged. They should be.
Blaming my father would not help me. Blaming my mother, blaming the government or the weather or whatever wouldn't help. What will help? What helped me was a change in my mindset. I began to look at things differently. I looked at the opposition as an advantage. When people hate you, they are helping you. Are you aware of that?
They show signs of being controlled. That if A does not speak, they will not speak. They have this fear and anxiety. They have this strong fear and anxiety. You also see victims showing signs of injury.
We need to be very careful as youths. We should understand that we can grow from grass to grace. We should not keep ourselves on the ground. When you are low, there is always light at the end of the tunnel.
It's not about waiting for somebody to tell you what to do. You understand? Look at your inner self. What are the passions? What are things you like doing? Just now, the convener was calling out some of these skills that you can learn. And I tell you, they are making a lot of money from these skills.
In this state, you still have youths who have been exposed to drugs. It's a menace, really, in Bayelsa, not just Bayelsa, in the nation as large.
Speakers at the event, including High Chief Collins Kukodia, Chief Felix Omemu, Dr. Josephine Igodo, and Dr. Mary Tobewe, urged youths to stay in Nigeria and utilize available resources for a better life.
It's not all about traveling abroad. It's not all about living what you can do better here. You can't do what you cannot even do very well back there abroad. The laws there are quite different from our laws, even though people say that the laws are the same. But the implementation there is quite stricter than what we have here. So I think the idea is to give our people reorientation. We already have an orientation. What we are giving to them is reorientation. For them to stay back here and do things that will make them to live a good life like it. So
our parents should be responsible in producing the number of children they can take care of, and also expose them to skills. Those of them that are in the university should learn skills other than academics, because the white-collar jobs are no longer there.
All is well, but it's not just true. So I want to thank the organizers of this program for creating awareness amongst our youth to be very, very careful and follow the right path to achieve their goals in life.
We know the new term that is on social media and everywhere is JAPA. If you need to JAPA, do it the right way. Let it be legal. Have your documents, have your paper, have your visa before you travel. And when you're traveling, you should have someone that you're going to stay with for the period of time you'll be staying without work, and not just running into any bad routes.
Actualizing their dreams. So right now, you have no excuse anymore to aspire. So I want to encourage you here, you can be that thing you want to be. You can acquire that knowledge. There was a time engineering was nowhere for a woman. There was a time even in Nigeria where a woman could not be a lawyer. But I'm a lawyer today of 23, 22 years standing. So you can become that thing you want to be. Only believe in yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Go Foundation, for coming up with this initiative. I think it's time we put a stop to this JAPA project as well, called the menace of Get Rich Quick syndrome.
Ensuring that we, as Bayelsans, acquire skills that will help us, sustain ourselves here in Nigeria rather than running out of the country.
The Founder Do Foundation, alongside its partners, has created a fallback mechanism through capacity building and skill acquisition to discourage illegal immigration.
The essence of this event is to empower youths, because you can't tell our youth not to JAPA, not to rush out of the country without having them have fallback mechanism. And that's why we have the NDLA to talk about the issues of drug. That's why we have the immigration here to tell us how we can move out of Nigeria if we want to move out illegally. And that's why we have NAPTIP, the agency that has to do with trafficking in persons, to tell us the ills and the dangers of rushing out of the country.
Beneficiaries of the JAPA project, Newman Ambers, Omongu Joyce, and David Divine, expressed gratitude to Do Foundation for equipping them with skills and knowledge on immigration.
About today, he enlightened me that you can succeed. You stay within your state, even within your Nigeria here, you will make it. It's about determination and the passion you have for yourself.
Big thank you to Tise Obise Foundation for giving us this opportunity to be enlightened on traveling out of the country illegally. I just want to say a big thank you for everything, because I learned a lot today.
The event featured an awareness roadwork on the dangers of illegal immigration and unveiled Barrister Queen Bastman as the brand ambassador.
Hope you know what this means. It's a huge responsibility that we invested upon you. Because when people see you, they say the fact that they should not JAPA. And it means that you're going to carry yourself as such, that you'll be devoid of these vices which we have talked about today. And you will carry yourself and begin to speak about these ills to other youths, wherever you find yourself and whatever opportunity that is being given to you. Please do represent us well, because you represent all the partners here. You represent the youth of ASA, you represent Nigeria, you represent the government and the people. Thank you very much.
The JAPA Youth Project is not entirely saying do not, but be sure of what you're going out of. A lot of persons have relocated and they are now being trafficked. And a lot of them are doing so many things that naturally they would not want to do, just because they felt it was green at them. So my advice to the Nigerian youth is just be certain of what you're going out there for. Be sure that it is indeed your time to go before relocating.
Skill acquisition. If you have something in your hands, you won't be thinking of an alternative. So most times it's idleness that causes this. So the government should please help and empower the youth, not just employment alone, because employment most times is nowhere. So please, we are calling on the government to empower our youth, so that the youth will believe in themselves and look inward.
We have hidden talents, we have hidden skills. It's for us to develop our skills, look inward, develop your skills, and be a better person. Be a better person for your state, for your family, and for your nation. Our governor has been able to put in place, skill acquisitions for a lot of youth. Over 2,000 youths have so far been trained, empowered in one skill or the other, so that they can be self-reliant, and these are things that are sustainable. Because if you don't put these mechanisms, these structures on ground, these youth will begin to perambulate and they will not become a menace to the society.
Over 130 youths from 8 local governments in Bayelsa State attended the event, along with representatives from various organizations, including the Nigerian Immigration Service, the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NAPTIP, and human rights groups. Don't fall victim to the JAPA syndrome. Stay in Nigeria, acquire skills, and build a better life. Remember, your future is in your hands. I am Franca Ozeni, reporting for D News.